Hello, my name is Allison Wakowiak. I'm a graduate student at the Franciscan University of Steubenville, as well as a teacher of middle and high school mathematics at the Pennsylvania Cyber Charter School. Today I'm going to talk about how I can use Twitter in my classroom to fill a need I currently have. But first, I'd like to take a moment to identify what Twitter is. According to Solomon and Shroom, Twitter is a microblogging site that provides a real-time, short messaging service that works over multiple networks and devices. You can use it to follow the sources most relevant to you and access information online or via short messaging service as it happens, from breaking world news to updates from friends. I teach 4 sections of 8th grade math. I oftentimes find that I need to make an announcement to them outside of the 50 minutes they are in my class. In the past, in order to do that, I would have to make my announcement using email. In order to do that, at the start of the year, I needed to create a group for each of my classes in the address book of my email, in which I entered all of their addresses manually. This group list, however, needed continual maintenance as students were added to and dropped from my roster. It always seemed as though emails were always sent to drop students by mistake, or they missed a new student. With Schoology, I am able to send a group email to each class without having to create an email list. It will automatically send the email to all students on the roster, which is convenient, but I still need to send a message to each class, and I need to be at my computer. With Twitter, I can have all of my students follow me so that when I make an announcement just once, all of my students will be notified as long as they are following me. Twitter is much more convenient for me as I can make posts to Twitter easily from my computer, my iPad, and my not-so-smart cell phone. Here I have listed some examples of various announcements that I'd make. The first post is an announcement about performance issues that are occurring in Schoology. This announcement gives students directions that they should follow if they're unable to submit an assignment, which they oftentimes forget. Another sample announcement is a reminder about a test that is due. Another sample is about not being able to attend tutoring. These types of emergency posts are most convenient to post using Twitter since I have access to Twitter through so many different means. And the final example is a few last-minute PSSA reminders. The biggest barrier to using Twitter in the classroom is that the school blocks the site for students. As Twitter is not a closed system, our school cannot monitor. The school is therefore very hesitant to encourage Twitter in the school setting. They do not want to risk the security or the safety of our students. As Schoology offers similar options, they are even less inclined to encourage Twitter. In order to remove the barriers that prevent me from using Twitter in the classroom, in my opinion, myself and my fellow staff would need to convince the administration of our school that Twitter offers functionality that Schoology doesn't. The biggest advantage I see to using Twitter is convenience, and I do not think that the school would unblock Twitter just because it's a little more convenient for its staff. As I'm still just learning Twitter, I have not yet seen any other functionalities that make it better than Schoology. However, I imagine that once I've used it some more advantages will become more apparent, and it will be easier to make the case to the administration that Twitter is important and should be unblocked. References for this podcast are Web 2.0 How-To for Educators by Solomon and Shroom, 2010. This podcast was written, recorded, and produced in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania by myself, Allison Wakowiak. Music was by Guitar Z 1970, retrieved from freesound.org. Thank you very much for listening.